This movie is an example of just terrible timing in the release schedule. Dark City, released in 1998 and is directed by Alex Proyas, who's also behind such films like The Crow, I, Robot, and Knowing. And this film is starring Rufus Sewell, Kiefer Sutherland, Jennifer Connelly, Richard O'Brien, Ian Richardson, and William Hitt. And the reason why we're talking about Dark City today is because it was a PayPal recommendation and donation from a longtime contributor and supporter of this channel, Dr. Camp. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Movie that I've never heard of before, but as the film went along, I'm realizing, oh wow, when did this film come out? Because a certain sci-fi classic that came out in 1999 certainly seems like they stole a lot from this movie in terms of concepts. This is why I said in my intro, like, this film just suffered from poor release scheduling, because this film comes out in 1998, kind of seen as a commercial failure. People weren't really getting it or understanding it, and yet a year later, Matrix deals basically with the same idea. They just have a whole bunch of guns and computers in it, and that one succeeds. So thank you very much, Dr. Camp, for the recommendation. If anyone else out there also wants to be like Dr. Camp and help support me, contribute to this channel, you can select the QR code that is in the bottom left corner of your screen right now. Send over your donation of $5 or more with your movie recommendation, and if I have access to it, I will watch it, review it, and give you a little shout out, just like what I did with Dr. Camp here. John Murdoch awakens, not having any memory of where he was, who he is, or where he comes from. And as he traces all of the clues that are laid out in front of him in the hotel room, he thinks he may be the culprit behind several murders of prostitutes in his area that the cops are looking into. But as he goes further and further down the rabbit hole of investigating all of the clues around him, he realizes that something is off about the world that he has awoken into. And I mean this truthfully. If you have seen the first Matrix film, basically Neo's journey in that movie is almost the exact same journey of John Murdoch in this movie. Just again, Neo had computers and stuff. John Murphy here has some weird telekinetic powers and aliens involved at some points. They have characters that can really move at superhuman speeds and change things and how they look with their minds. They're called the Strangers. Another parallel to the agents that appear in the Matrix movie. Agent Smith refers to Neo as Mr. Anderson all throughout the Matrix. In this movie, the Strangers, or at least like one of the head Strangers that follows John Murdoch around, he keeps calling him Mr. Murdoch constantly. I haven't done any research on this, but I would think that the Wachowskis had to have had some type of idea of the script of Dark City floating around there while they were creating The Matrix. It's just too coincidental that we have two scripts releasing a year apart from each other, dealing basically with the same story. But whatever, I'm not trying to make waves, I'm not trying to start anything, just little observation. But what's unique to this film is that it's really a film noir. This is a very dark movie, and it treats it like a cop thriller. The police are involved, questioning people. Jennifer Connelly is here as the wife of John Murdoch. She's constantly being questioned by the police, and they're trying to figure out where he's going, but then all of a sudden the script at one point completely shifts, and we see this big group of strangers changing the entire city, but we never see a sunrise. We never see the sun in this entire film. And when Murdoch realizes this, he knows that something is off. When's the last time you remember the daytime? And not like childhood memories, but like in the last week or the last couple of days. When was the last time you remember waking up and having breakfast and looking at the sunrise? And no one can remember it. The one man who seems to have all of the answers, or at least some of the answers, and gives them out in the form of melodramatic questions, is Kiefer Sutherland, who I like Kiefer. I like him as a performer. I like him in certain things. I loved him in 24. I love him in The Three Musketeers. In this film, though, he's fucking awful. Everything is so melodramatic, and he has to pause after every 3 words, or else it's just not going to be driven home the point that he is trying to make. He's terrible. I want him to stop. Stop talking. And he's the key for John Murdoch to unlock, like, all of his past memories, because he is able to implant memories into different people all throughout the city, people of like higher class and higher status, they get richer, and then the poor get poorer. We have some economical class status topics in this film that we really focus on. Not really. It's just so jarring how this film is so similar to The Matrix. And you could tell, like, it really wants to be The Matrix, but because it was a year earlier or got started just a little before the technology that The Matrix was able to use, before all of that exists, this film just feels dated. When we get to that CGI climactic battle with the telekinetic powers happening and people flying around and floating, like, the green screen looks bad. It probably looked okay for the time. Okay for the time, not excellent for the time. So watching it here in 2025, it just looks bad. It looks so bad. It's frustrating because there are aspects of this movie, again, like I've said, I like and that I enjoy, but there are other aspects where you can see there's just nothing there, or people just dropped the ball on what they were trying to do. This film is really ahead of its time. If it would have come out maybe a few years later, maybe even after The Matrix happened, and we could have had a little bit more refined CGI with the spaceship and all the CGI in the end, maybe this film would have done better and I would have a better opinion about it. But really for me, it's mid. It's a very mid film, sorry. I'm gonna give Dark City 2.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed. And I gotta tell you, it feels phenomenal.
So guys, if you've seen Dark City, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you'll know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.